Hello, YouTubers. Welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. I have a couple articles here for you that's been handed to me on a bombing that happened today in Turkey. I thought I'd bring them to you. They're both off of Sports Illustrated. Both URLs are in the description of this video, so you can check them out at your leisure for research or, whatever you need to look at them for. The first one here says, bomb explodes by Beşiktaş Stadium in Istanbul, kill 29, wound 166. Minister Süleyman Soylu says two blasts after an Istanbul soccer match killed people and wounded 166 others. The twin Saturday night bombings inflicted high casualties among police, killing 27 officers as well as 2 civilians. Early Sunday, the minister said 10 people had been arrested in connection with the attacks. People cordoned off the area as smoke rose from behind the newly built Vodafone Arena Stadium, known colloquially as Beşiktaş Stadium after the local team. Witnesses also heard gunfire after the explosions. The second blast was thought to be a car bomb. We have once again witnessed tonight in Istanbul the ugly face of terror which tramples on every value and decency, Turkish President Erdogan said in a statement. The first and larger explosion took place about 10:30 p.m. after the home team Beşiktaş beat visitor Bursaspor 2-1 in the Turkish Super League. Erdogan said the timing of the attack aimed to maximize the loss of life and vowed the nation would overcome terrorism. In this, if you would like to take a look at it, there was no immediate claim of responsibility for the attack. This year, Istanbul has witnessed bombings attributed by authorities to Islamic State group or claimed by Kurdish militants. It is enforced following a failed July 15 coup attempt. Soylu, who gave an initial wounded toll of 20 police officers, rushed from Ankara to Istanbul. It is thought to be a car bomb at a point where our special forces police were located. Right after the match at the exit where Bursaspor fans had earlier left, Soylu was quoted as saying by Turkey's state-run Anadolu agency. Speaking later to reporters in Istanbul, he said the first explosion took place on a hill adjacent to and overlooking the stadium. The second explosion struck Macca Park and was believed to be a suicide bomb. The private NTV channel reported that the target of the first attack was a bus for riot police and said nearly 70 wounded were taken to hospitals. Showed more than a dozen ambulances on the street hugging the stadium and a police helicopter flying overhead with its searchlights on. The window glass of nearby building was shattered by the blast and coated the pavement. Investigators, including Istanbul Police Chief Mustafa Karlaskan, were quickly on the scene. Taxi driver Ismail Koskun said the force of the explosion caused him to hit his head on the taximeter and that his ears were still ringing from the blast and the screaming that followed. Amid the screams, I heard an officer saying, "Do not shout, do not make them, the perpetrators, be satisfied," he told the AP. Beşiktaş Sports Club strongly condemned the attack in a statement posted on its website, while Bursaspor reported that none of the wounded were fans and issued a statement wishing a speedy recovery to our wounded citizens. Alexander Seferin, president of European Soccer Government body UEFA and European Union Enlargement Commissioner Johannes Hahn also made statements condemning the attack. Violence has no place in democratic society, Hahn wrote on Twitter. The U.S. Consulate General in Istanbul, meanwhile, urged its citizens to avoid the area, which also is home to a Ritz-Carlton hotel. Turkey's Radio and Television Board issued a temporary coverage ban, citing national security concerns. It said to avoid broadcasts that can result in public fear, panic, or chaos, or that will serve the aims of terrorist organizations. The second article is entitled, Bomb Explodes by Beşiktaş Stadium in Istanbul, Kills 29 and Wounds 166. So that one, it reads pretty much the same verbatim as this one does, and it also has the same video in it. So you can check those out. If you tuned in late, there's been a bombing in Turkey at a soccer stadium. 166 are wounded.